Good evening, Grizzly fans, and welcome to another Friday night broadcast of Sac Joaquin Section Football. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Neil Martin, here with my partner,
Lucas Carlson,
for tonight's matchup between your 3-3 Granite Bay Grizzlies and one of their league rivals, the surprisingly 3-3 Rocklin Thunder. And this is sure to be a unique game. We have a really excellent running game in the Granite Bay Grizzlies going up against really the first big-time throwing offense we've seen in any game this year. Rocklin has 1,194 passing yards to only 485 rushing yards, so they are much more of a pro-style team. And not only that, but they're unique in the fact that they use two quarterbacks in their offense to really try and move the ball in a lot of unique ways.
Yeah, and this Rocklin team is it's scary. They were not very good last season, really underperformed to the expectations they had going into last season. And this season they completely flipped the switch again. Looking back reminiscent of the 2010 team, not so much with the win-loss total, but as of late they've been playing great football.
Absolutely, a big upset win against Nevada Union last week at their place. That was a huge start for their interleague season. They start out 1-0, as do we, as the Granite Bay Grizzlies beat Roseville last week at Granite Bay.
Yeah, Nevada Union is a very tough place to play because it's high altitude, so if you're not used to that altitude, it's hard for you to, the oxygen is lighter up there, so it's hard for you to breathe, and that's a surprising win by Rocklin to go to their place and steal a win from them. But Granite Bay's win against Roseville, they put away any doubts about them winning league. They really just came out and made a statement.
Well, and with the fall of Del Oro this season, it's going to be very interesting to see how the league shapes out. Typically, Granite Bay Del Oro and Nevada Union make up the upper half of the SFL. But with Rocklin beating Nevada Union, Granite Bay having a tough start to the season, and then Del Oro with only, I believe, one win so far this season, they really haven't been able to put up the astounding win-loss totals they typically are able to do. So it's up in the air. Anybody could still win, and this is a big football game. It's the only matchup this week between two 1-0 teams in the Sierra Foothill League. So we got a big one here tonight, and not really one that we expected to be a big game. So it should be an entertaining one here at Rocklin High School. And some players to watch, Lucas, for Granite Bay. Who are they?
Well, obviously Grant Caraway, as he's the starting quarterback, and he's been on fire lately. But a man who has been on fire since he came into the starting lineup last season in the playoffs, Tony Ellison. He came in as a sophomore, and he really overperformed. And he has not cooled down since. He has scored touchdowns. He's ran the ball, caught the ball, done whatever he needs to do for this Grizzlies team. I think he's going to have another big game tonight.
Absolutely. Ellison has put up absolutely astounding numbers. He has over 600 yards of all-purpose offense, and really, like we have said multiple times on broadcast this season, he is what makes this offense go. The Grizzly offense goes as Tony Ellison goes, and he definitely is the Grizzlies' key offensive player of the game tonight. Who's their key defensive player?
I don't know. There's not really one big playmaker on this defense. They all come together and work well as a unit. And Cameron Smith, of course, he's the leading tackler, and this defense is designed to get tackles for the linebackers. But what do you have to say, Neil?
Well, and I'm going to play off of that there. This defense is not made up of just a couple of playmakers, like you said. It has been really based on how their linebacking core is done. Granite Bay runs a very unique defense. We run 4 D linemen, 4 linebackers, and 3 DBs. Most of the time, you'll sometimes see 4 DBs in there and 4 linebackers. But the defense is very much geared, like you said, to get the linebackers a lot of tackles, and the Grizzlies have a lot of good ones. You got Mason Conan, you got Cameron Smith, you got Bo Hirschberger, all excellent linebackers in their own right. And they'll be sure to be making a lot of tackles here tonight on this Rocklin offense. All right, and playmakers and players to watch for this Rocklin football team, obviously both the quarterbacks, Logan Webb, who is more of the passing quarterback, and then you have Daniel Kiffin, the senior quarterback, who is more of the dual threat. So we'll see how they use both of those quarterbacks throughout the game, and it'll be interesting to see how they mix it up with the different styles those quarterbacks bring to the table.
Yeah, and it's always tough to game plan for a dual threat quarterback, just a dual threat quarterback. But when you throw two quarterbacks into the mix, one being a dual threat and one being a pocket passer, that's even harder to game plan for, and it's going to be really tough. Let's see how the Grizzlies perform against this defense. Or, excuse me, offense.
Other big playmakers to watch, the leading rusher for the Rocklin offense is Raymond Kindle, the senior running back. He has 301 rushing yards this season. No touchdowns, though, oddly enough. He is averaging 75 yards a game, but less than 4 yards a carry, so he's struggled a little bit this season. And like we said, the Rocklin offense not really based on the running game, so although he is their leading rusher, he probably won't get a whole lot of touches. He has 80 carries this season, so he's averaging about 12 to 14 a game. And then the leading receiver, Cameron Burmester, the senior receiver. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but he is an excellent, excellent player. 420 yards receiving this season, 3 touchdowns, and I think he has to be the number one player to watch for this Rocklin offense. They do run a spread offense when they're passing out of the pocket a lot, and obviously they therefore get the ball to a lot of different receivers. They have 3, 6, 9, 11 players this season who have caught a pass in a starting role. So that's pretty incredible in and of itself. And then they have 3 players who have over 200 receiving yards this season and over 3 touchdowns. So a lot of playmakers on this Rocklin offense, especially in the passing game. And it'll be really interesting to see what they do here tonight and how they utilize all their playmakers.
Well, yeah, when you have 2 quarterbacks, I mean, a quarterback picks 1 or maybe 2 favorite receivers that they like to throw to.
Maybe two.
And these quarterbacks, they probably have their favorite receivers, and that's why they spread the ball around, because there's different quarterbacks coming in. So you tend to see the ball being spread out more, and that's why you have 3 receivers with over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. So it'll be interesting.
All right, Lucas, quick prediction. Who wins? What's the score?
Oh, this is tough. I'm going to go Granite Bay, 35-31.
I'm going to go Granite Bay, 42-16. I think they blow out Rocklin here tonight. I think their defense is just too good to contend with. Coin toss was just completed. Granite Bay elected to defer, so Rocklin will receive to start the game. And we're going to take a quick break here for the national anthem and be back with you for the start of this one after the anthem is completed.
And for tonight's singing of the national anthem is Rachel Steinke.
And we're back with you here at Rocklin High School for the beginning of this game between the Granite Bay Grizzlies and the Rocklin Thunder, both of which sit with 3-3 records. We both just told you our predictions. We both said the Grizzlies win, although by differing margins. Lucas, why do you think the game's going to be so close?
Just because Rocklin's on a hot streak, and I think they got that underdog mentality, and they're out to take some blood, but I just think that this Grizzlies team is too strong. But, I've picked some blowouts in the past week, so I feel like I should get back to the mean by picking a close game.
All right, and, well, the reasoning behind my pick is pretty easy. While the Grizzly offense has struggled at times this season, definitely hasn't been their strength, the Grizzly defense has really been the strength of this football team, albeit not always in the secondary until... And I don't mean this to sound bad, but Nick Grace got injured and Luke Bussey came in to start. And ever since then, the secondary has been playing absolutely stellar football. So I don't know if that has to do with an inspired backup coming in and finally getting some snaps, or whether it was just adjustments that Cooper made.
Yeah, and I don't know, but, Luke Bussey has done a great job of coming in and really taking advantage of his playing time and doing a great job. And that's all you can say about it. He's done a fantastic job making the coverage, and big tackle. Cameron Smith lost his helmet there.
And he put a big smack on junior wide receiver Joshua Gurnaby. And the Thunder gets stopped at the 19-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Quarterback in the game is Daniel Kiffin. 4 wide receiver set. Here's the snap. He's looking right immediately. Downfield and incomplete and a flag. That's going to be pass interference on the Grizzly defense. Questionable call. And that was really, I just thought that was good defense. He was right on his hip, and it looked like the receiver tripped more than anything, so.
Yeah, I definitely thought the receiver tripped. Questionable call, but, the referees are out there, and they see it better than we do, so maybe they saw something we didn't.
15-yard penalty assessed against the Grizzlies, so now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunder at their own 34. 2 men in the backfield, 2 men spread, 1 left, 1 right. Here's the snap. Kiffin drops back, looking deep over the middle, and no good. Way over the head of the tight ends, number 27, Spencer Gregg, the senior tight end. He's also a defensive back for the Rocklin Thunder, and we'll be seeing a lot of him tonight. Just over his head, and he's a tall kid, but he's not that tall. He's not LeBron James. Thunder, 2nd and 10 from their own 34. 2 men to the left, man in motion. Kendall in the backfield. Handoff is going to be to Kendall up the middle on a halfback draw. And he gets a minimum gain. That was the backup running back, Skylar Gonzalez, the junior. He comes in to give Kendall some relief at times. He is a junior, so a little bit less experienced than Kendall. And he is still in there. Rocklin comes out, 3 receiver set. Kiffin still the quarterback. Here's the snap. Drops back, looks to the left. Quick out to number 16, Corey Burmester, the big playmaking wide receiver we talked about in the pregame. And Cameron Smith helps on that tackle, but the big hit was put on him by who, Lucas?
Luke Bussey, and wow. I saw the receiver's head jerk as he hit. That was a big collision.
So that short completion will bring up a 4th down for the Thunder, 4th and 3.
And they're going for it.
From their own 41, and they're going to punt this one away.
Excuse me, I didn't see the punter in the backfield. It looked like a spread formation.
And Aaron Knapp was back to receive that punt, and he will fair catch at the 31-yard line. And now the Grizzly offense on the field for the first time of the night. And they will try and draw first blood in this game. They're going to need 69 yards to do it.
Yeah, and that's a pretty long drive for any team, but especially in high school. Except we've seen the Grizzlies go from much farther away, so.
Caraway and Co. on the field. First play goes to Johnny Cooley around left tackle. And he is not going to get very far, a yard if that, on 1st and 10. It'll be a gain of 2 and a 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Granite Bay Grizzlies. Good first play by the Rocklin defense. Hasn't been an excellent unit this season, but they haven't been underwhelming either. 4 wide receivers set for the Grizzlies. Partridge the lone back. And a quick pass over the middle to, that was not tight end Stephen Graber. Who was that, Lucas?
That was Tony Ellison.
Ah, Tony Ellison. Looked like number 19 from here.
Yeah, it's hard to see with these lights. The numbers kind of blend together.
Well, and also we are on the opposite side of the field than we're normally used to. We are behind the away side. We are not in the press box right now. So we have an interesting perspective out here on the visitor side.
Yeah, I keep looking to the far sideline for the chain gang and keep realizing that they're on our side.
Grizzlies subbing in players, Michael Garrity and Colin Brown subbing in for the Grizzlies. Coming in for Ty Cerna and Johnny Cooley. Grizzlies come out in a 4-wide set. Partridge the lone back. Caraway was looking for the quick swing pass to Ellison, and now he's just going to have to throw this one away. Didn't really get time to go through his reads there. He had a couple men open downfield. The 2 subs, Garrity and Brown, were both open, but he seemed pretty dead set on getting Ellison the ball. And as a result, he throws an incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Grizzlies on their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, and I think that was a design play where they're supposed to get the ball to Tony Ellison, and just was well covered, and Grant Caraway did a good job of not taking the sack.
Cooley gets the handoff up the middle on 2nd and 10. Gets maybe 4. We have a flag at the end of the play, thrown late. Could be a late hit against the Rocklin defense. It is going to be a late hit against the Rocklin defense, so that'll be a first down for the Grizzlies. Should Cooper accept the penalty, and he does. So it'll now be 3rd. No, they're gonna, no loss of down, so it'll be 2nd and 3 for the Grizzlies from about a half-yard short of midfield. Grizzlies come out. Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Ellison in motion. Cerna out to the left. Here's the snap. Handoff is to the fullback, Partridge, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. And a fumble on the play, but the refs are going to say he was already down. Big play there by the Rocklin defense. They give up a penalty, and the Grizzlies were in good position to get an easy first down. They give it to the 3-year starter, Taft Partridge, and he is not able to pick up the first and loses about a half a yard in the process. So it'll be 3rd and 3 now for the Grizzlies, and they're going to try again from their own 49. Cerna to the right, Ellison to the left in motion. Cooley and Partridge in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's going to be a sweep around the right side. Ellison gets a good block by Partridge, and he gets all the way down to the 46-yard line and gets enough for a first down Grizzlies. Nice run there by Ellison.
Yeah, and that was a great job to find the gap and hit it, and first down. Simple yet effective.
As has been the motto for the Grizzly offense this season. 1st and 10. 3-wide set. Cooley and Partridge in the backfield. Ellison in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff to Cooley off left guard. Breaks a tackle, and he's still trucking his legs and picks up some hard-earned yards. It looked like he was going to be stopped for only a gain of 2, but he ends up getting 4 on that play. So nice pickup. Grizzlies subbing in Brown and Garrity once again for Graber and Cooley. And Brown and Garrity have sort of been two breakout players that the Grizzlies didn't think they were going to have in the starting lineup this season, but they have been more of a big passing situation guys, so good to see them then. And Caraway throws an interception. He was looking for Colin Brown. And the Rocklin defense with a big play on 2nd and 6. Really not a great decision by Caraway. Tried to lift that ball over the heads of the defenders to Brown, but there were 3 men in the area, and that was just not great vision. The linebacker was sitting down right in front of where Brown was, and the safety jumped the route knowing that there was a tackler right there, so just a heads-up play by the safety for the Thunder.
Yeah, and that does not look like the Grant Caraway that we've seen lately, so let's hope that was just a quick mental lapse.
1st and 10 for the Thunder offense, and it'll be incomplete. Coverage on the play by Luke Bussey, who we said has really been the breakout player of this Grizzly defense. He came in for the injured Nick Grace. And really in the preseason, we thought our only playmaker in the secondary was going to be safety Aaron Knapp. That has not been the case. Zach Lilly has gotten better as the season has gone on. And Luke Bussey, ever since he set foot on the field, has been excellent. 2nd and 10 now for the Thunder. 2 wide to the right, 2 men in the backfield. Here's the snap. Play action. Looking to the right. And a quick completion. That's to the tight end. One of the other tight ends for the Rocklin offense, number 80, Dominic GM Paoli, senior. And Rocklin will do that to you. They have, like we said, they have had 11 offensive players catch a pass in a starting role this season. And GM Paoli is just one of 3 tight ends that the Rocklin offense will make use of. He's listed as a running back, but his height and the way in which they used him is like a tight end or more of a wing back. 3 wide set for Rocklin. Gonzalez in the backfield. Kiffin still the quarterback. And Gonzalez gets the handoff around the right side and does not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it seemed like there was a little miscommunication there on that play as the quarterback was waiting there with the ball for a good 2 seconds before the running back finally came up and took the ball. That just seemed like a breakdown on the offense right there.
Loss of 2 by the Rocklin offense backs them up to the Granite Bay 36, and they're going to punt this one away on 4th and 3. Here's the snap, and punt is a bomb. It's going to take a hop inside the 5 and be down at the 1-yard line. An excellent punt there by the Rocklin punter and one of their quarterbacks, Logan Webb. So the Grizzly offense will be pinned deep in their own territory with 6:15 left to play here in the first.
So the Grizzlies will have to go the full length of the field. That's as far as you can go on a drive, and the Grizzlies offense will be tested here for the 2nd time in a row tonight. Can the Grizzlies respond from Grant Caraway's pick?
I'm feeling a 99-yard pass to Tony Ellison.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, Neil.
Handoff is to Cooley up the middle, trying to just gain some space instead of taking the snap in the end zone. And Cooley does pick up a nice chunk. Gain of 6 to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Grizzlies. Cooley hasn't had any big plays yet here early, but he's picking up solid yards. You got to think he's going to break one eventually. 3 wide set for the Grizzlies. Ellison in motion. Ellison's going to get the sweep, and he's going to pick up enough for the first down. He gets just to the first down marker. This is actually going to be close. And the referee does signal a first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 Grizzlies from their own 11-yard line. Ellison comes out of the game. Graber goes in. So does Towery. The backup flyback for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies come out, 2 men to the right. Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Here's the snap. Play action. Caraway slings it to the tight end, Graber. And that is going to be a gain of only 1 yard. So 2nd and 9. Upcoming for the Grizzlies. A nice play by the Rocklin defense. The linebacker read that one from start to finish. Read the quarterback's eyes and got a nice jump on the pass, able to take the receiver down right as the pass was caught. Nice defense by the Rocklin linebacker there. 3 wide set for the Grizzlies. Ellison in motion. Sweep to Ellison around the left side. Missed tackle in the backfield. He's going to get all the way past the 15. He hurdled the player before being taken down at the 16-yard line. Gain of 4. 3rd and 5 now for the Grizzlies. From their own 16. This would be a huge stop for the Rocklin defense if they could make a stop here, solely because after the punt they would probably have very good field position.
Well, Neil, I feel like I'm at a Stanford game as they play the same music that they play during 3rd downs there.
Play action. Caraway dropping back. Slings it deep. Looking for the tight end. Stephen Graber. And it's incomplete. Looking for a flag. But it was just well-played defense by Joshua Gurnaby. Another 2-way star for the Thunder, a wide receiver and defensive back, and nice coverage by him. So it'll be a 4th down now for the Grizzlies and a sure punting situation. 3:51 left in the first. We're still knotted at 0, and the Thunder have 2 men back to receive, interestingly enough.
Well, that was a big non-call for the referee there as Stephen Graber was helicoptered in the air as he got hit on his left leg, and no call.
Grant Caraway, the Grizzly quarterback, with a booming punt. And it is fair caught exactly at midfield. So the Thunder with great field position here as we get later into the 3rd quarter. And the Rocklin defense has been pretty stalwart so far, especially against the pass. John Cooley has picked up good, solid yardage, and you got to wonder why they haven't been running the ball more. Ellison really excellent on those couple of sweeps. Cooley picking up, tough yardage, but he's been picking up yards, and every time they've thrown the ball so far, it's either been great defense or the pick by Caraway. Another big play in the passing game for the Rocklin defense.
Yeah, and Caraway's only 2 for 5 for 11 yards. Of course, one of those incompletions being a pick. So that is not good for the Grizzlies. And thank you to our statistician, Daniel Romero, for providing us with those stats.
Stats brought to you by MaxPreps.com, your home for high school sports. And on 1st and 10 for Rocklin, they threw a quick swing pass to one of their tight ends. It went for a gain of about a half a yard, so it's 2nd and long now for Rocklin. 2 wide set. Gonzalez in the fullback in the backfield. Here's the snap. Webb looks to the left, and we missed that update. Logan Webb now in for Kiffin, so they made their first substitution of the night. And Webb, like we mentioned, is more of the pocket passer. So look for some more long dropbacks and probably some deeper pass attempts instead of just quick stuff. And less rollouts, too. Also something to look for.
Yeah, and the O-line has really got a block here as this quarterback likes to stay in the pocket.
Trips to the right, tight end to the left, and they're going to run a pitch to Gonzalez on 3rd and 4, and he is not going to get enough for the 1st down. He's going to be about a yard short, so it's going to be 4th and about a half a yard. We'll call it 1. It's a short 1 for the Thunder, so we'll see what the Thunder want to do here. Head coach Greg Binzel with a interesting early call here, and they're going to go for it. Kiffin, the dual threat QB, in on 4th and 1, and they run a QB sneak, and it appears that he got enough for the 1st down. No signal yet from the ref, and he is going to signal for a 1st down Thunder. So the Thunder will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Grizzly 40-yard line. And aside from the Grizzlies' first possession, this ball has been in Grizzly territory the entire 1st quarter. So Rocklin comes out 4 wide set. Gonzalez in the backfield. Webb is the quarterback. Quick drop back and nice defense Excellent play there by Jack Dockham, junior defensive back for the Grizzly defense. 2nd and 10 now for the Thunder.
Second down.
4 wide set. Gonzalez in the backfield. Kiffin still the quarterback. Here's the snap. Webb, play action, throwing over the middle, and a completion to Burmester, and the ball was fumbled. But they're going to say he was down, and his helmet flew off on that play, and he looks a little fuzzy. He's their leading receiver, so it would be a disaster if they were to lose him. And we have a penalty marker. That will surely be helmet-to-helmet contact against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and he looked, like you said, Neil, he looked a little woozy when he got up. So hopefully there's nothing serious there, but big hit by the Grizzlies and probably not a legal one.
Penalty was indicated against the Grizzlies. And like I said, will surely be a helmet-to-helmet hit. That'll be a personal foul and another 15 yards added on to the end of the reception. So that'll put the Thunder 1st and 10 on the 15, but the refs are going to call this a defensive hold. So we'll see where they spot this one.
Yardage.
And the penalty's declined, so Rocklin will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Grizzly 29 after the completion from Webb to Burmester.
Second defensive first down at the 29-yard line.
1st and 10 once again for the Thunder. 3 wide set, Gonzalez in the backfield. Quarterback is Webb. 3-step drop, throwing deep over the middle, completion, and a touchdown. 29 yards, Logan Webb to Spencer Gregg, the senior two-way star who we mentioned earlier. He's a defensive back and a tight end, and he just ran a seam route, and it was a blown coverage by the Grizzly safeties, and Rockwood's offense will do that to you. Their whole design is based around putting a lot of receivers on the field and trying to spread out your defense to give their excellent quarterbacks time to find the open man, and that is exactly what happened there. And the kick is good. So with 1:37 left to play in the first quarter, Rocklin draws first blood and takes a 7-0 lead over the Granite Bay Grizzlies. And I gotta say, I gotta chalk that whole drive up to the performance of the Rocklin defense. I mean, they held the Grizzlies on their first drive, then they penned them deep in their own half, and then started out with great field position because of the defense stopped the Grizzly offense on their own 16-yard line. So great defensive play here early on from the Thunder, setting up a 50-yard drive that ends in a 27-yard touchdown from Webb to Gregg.
Well, all that was the receiver using his speed to get past the linebacker that was on him. That was Cameron Smith, who was playing coverage, and he just outspeeded him. And of course, he is the two-sport star. He also plays basketball, and he just put on the wheels there.
So now Rocklin kicking back to the Grizzlies, and it's botched. Aaron Knapp fumbles the kick return, and he is going to be taken down inside the 10-yard line. So a big mistake there by the senior leader, Aaron Knapp. And the Grizzlies now pinned deep in their own territory again.
Well, so far some early mistakes for the Grizzlies, and it has put them in a 7-0 hole. And they're lucky that they're only down by 7. They need to score some points on this drive to stop this momentum from Rocklin.
4 wide set, empty backfield. Caraway, 5-step drop, under pressure, And it's another interception. Second pick of the night for Caraway. And this is quickly turning into a disaster for the Grizzly offense. Refs discussing the call on the field. And they call it an incompletion. After they talk it out, the Grizzly offense catches a huge break, so it'll be incomplete. Pass was intended for Tony Ellison. And it'll now be 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies on the 10-yard line. Wow, that's a huge break for the Grizzlies. Otherwise, it would their first 3 offensive possessions. Punt that only made it to midfield, and 2 picks. So that's huge.
Well, so far, Grant Caraway has not been getting the blocking he needs. And same with the running backs, which is why we haven't had any really big runs tonight. And you got to kind of credit that to Grant Caraway's pick and that almost pick there, as he has been rushed both times.
Yeah. And whereas we expected the Grizzly defense to sort of establish their dominance here early, it has been just the opposite. Rocklin's front 7 really making a lot of plays here early on. Cooley picks up a gain of 1 on 3rd and 10, so it'll now be 3rd and 9 for the Grizzlies. And that will take us down to 49 seconds in the first. And the Grizzlies take their first timeout of the ball game. We'll take a quick timeout here as well. Thunder up on their own home turf, 7-0 over the Grizzlies in the first quarter. Back with you here at Rocklin High School. Current score, Thunder 7, Grizzlies nothing. 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Grizzlies have the ball 3rd and 9 on their own 11-yard line.
This is a big play for the Grizzlies. They just look like all the momentum's been sucked out of them. They're playing away, and big catch there by the tight end, Steven Graber.
That was Ty Cerna catching the ball on a 10-yard curl, a bullet there by Grant Caraway to the senior receiver Cerna, and he picks up enough for a first down. And like you said, Lucas, that's a huge reception. Gain of 21 to the 32. No, that's a gain of 16 to the 27. I'm 5 yards off there. Looking ahead a little bit. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. And on 1st and 10, they come out in a 2-wide set, and they give the ball off to Cooley around left guard, and he picks up 4 to the 30-yard line. So nice, solid run there, simple but effective. And that should take us to the end of the first quarter. Will take us to the end of the first quarter. Score as it stands now, Rocklin 7, Grizzlies 0. Mostly because of an excellent first quarter played by the Rocklin defense. Got to give it up to them so far. They picked off Caraway once, and they pinned the Grizzlies deep in their own territory twice. So just excellent play by the Thunder defense so far, and the exact opposite of what we were expecting, Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of scary for the Grizzlies. It's not necessarily bad for them yet because they're only down by 1 touchdown at the end of the first quarter. But, you know, it's getting to that point where if they don't score soon, the momentum's just going to carry Rocklin.
Only a 1-possession game, so still anybody's ball game, but it definitely feels like all Rocklin here after 1 frame, so we'll see what happens. When the second quarter begins, it'll be second and about 6.5 for the Grizzlies from their own 30. Aside from their first possession, they have not been inside Rocklin territory so far tonight. Still, though, it's early. Only 1 quarter gone by. Second and 7, and Caraway throws deep over the middle looking for the tight end, Steven Graber. Incomplete, threw it high, and we have an injured player on the field. He's clutching his knee, and he's going to be attended to here. We'll take a short break for the injury timeout, and we'll be back with you here. It'll be 3rd and 7. Just at the beginning of the second here. Back with you here at Rocklin High School. Injured player was 2-way star, tight end, and linebacker, the senior Jack Whitwer, number 49, and he needed to be assisted off the field with a left leg injury. Grizzlies 3rd and 7 on their own 30-yard line. 2 men in the backfield, 2 men to the left. Play action. Caraway dropping back under pressure and throws a screen to the fullback, Taft Partridge. He's still going, and he gets enough for the first down. Huge play made by the 3-year starter and captain for the Granite Bay Grizzlies. He gets all the way down to the 40, 1st and 10 after a gain of 10 yards. First and 10 for the Grizzlies. Jumbo set. Hand off to Cooley. He's going around right tackle. He's spaced to run. He's to the 45, to the 50. Still going and gets into Rocklin territory. That's a big moral victory for the Grizzlies. Haven't gotten there since Caraway's pick in the first quarter. And you can kind of sense them starting to get back into a rhythm. Starting to pick up some momentum here as the second quarter is starting to move along. Another first down.
Yeah, and the Grizzlies need to keep with this because this is their style of game. They need to stick with the simple yet effective. And that's what's been working for them.
First and 10, hand off to Cooley again, and he slipped. Slipped on that play. He had a nice hole. He would have picked up probably 4 or 5. Instead, he gets 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Grizzlies. Second and long. Grizzlies come out. 3 men in the backfield. Here's the snap. Play action, Caraway rolling right, throws it to number 6, Clint Ellenwood. They bring him in as an extra fullback. Typically in running situations, a nice play call there by Cooper. A little bit of finesse. You would not expect Ellenwood to be catching many passes, but he does pick up a nice gain there.
Yeah, and he had me fooled. I mean, that was a great play because, like you said, usually Clint Ellenwood comes in for the run plays to block, and beautiful play action there.
Gain of 5, so it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Grizzlies. Ellison to the left. Cooley and Partridge in the backfield. Cooley has room to run. He's at the 40. And he's going to get enough for the first down. A nice run by Cooley. And the blocking really keying this offensive drive. The offensive line starting to pick up steam. And as a result, the offense finally moving with a good rhythm. And a nice gain there by Cooley. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies after the gain of 6. Ellison to the right. Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Here's the snap, 1st and 10. Hand off to Cooley. He's got a pretty big hole. And he picks up a nice gain as a result. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4 now for the Grizz.
Well, Johnny Cooley this year has put up some pretty big, a lot of yards in running, but not too many big runs. His longest of the year was 33 yards. So, I mean, you're not to expect a big run with him. He is really the definition of this Grizzlies simple yet effective offense in the way that he doesn't pick up the big plays, but he consistently picks up yards.
Well, yeah, I mean, you said it. You got Steven Graber, you got Ty Cerna, you got Clint Ellenwood, Taft Partridge, John Cooley, and all of those guys are your simple yet effective guys. You got your simple yet effective runs and your simple yet effective passes. And then you get to your superstar, Tony Ellison, and rely on him to make the big plays. Ellison, I mean, we talked about that. How many touchdowns has he had called back because of penalties so far this year? 7 touchdowns called back because of penalties this year. And if you add those into his count of plays that would have gone for 40 yards or more, he easily has about 15 of those on the season. So they use these small gains by their bigger, more physical players to set up your finesse, shifty superstar in Tony Ellison to make the big plays in both the passing and the running game. Timeout was taken by Rocklin, I believe. And that's their first of the half. Both teams with 2 left. So 2nd and 4 here for the Grizzlies. And they're going to hand it off to Cooley once again. He's got room to run. He's to the 25, 20, all the way to about the 15-yard line. They're going to spot him down at the 16. Gain of 13 for Cooley for a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies in the red zone for the first time tonight.
That was a great run by Johnny Cooley, just like we expected.
1st and 10. And they're going to give it to Cooley again. And he does not pick up much there. Tried to cut up field, and there were 3 Rocklin defenders right there, Lucas.
Yeah, not much blocking going on for the Grizzlies tonight. They need to pick up their assignments because there's been a lot of missed blocks.
Gain of 1 for Cooley. 2nd and 9.
2nd and 10.
Ball in the 15, Ellison in motion. Here's the snap, play action. Caraway drops back. He's under pressure. He's going to can't decide whether to scramble. He's going to scramble, and now he's going to throw. And it looked like Graber was interfered with early, but they're going to call it incomplete. It looks like Caraway couldn't decide whether to scramble or throw the ball there. Decided at the last second to sling it, looking for Graber in the left corner of the end zone. Would have been a touchdown. Should have been pass interference, in my opinion. Nonetheless, it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Grizzlies. And as it is a sure passing situation, you see your passing subs come in, Garrity and Cerna. And Garrity, really an interesting sort of player. He's listed as a halfback, but he is used more as a receiving halfback, kind of like a Darren Sproles type of player. Caraway rolling out. He's looking for Garrity in the end zone. Touchdown Grizzlies! Michael Garrity! 15 yards! Touchdown Grizzlies!
Well, my turn to correct you, Neil. Because of these lights and the jerseys, it's so hard to see the numbers, but that was Tony Ellison on the catch. Tony Ellison with the great catch there in the corner of the end zone. Hey, they play alike, they look alike, they have looking numbers that look alike. I mean, they're pretty much the same player. Great job by Tony Ellison there.
Doesn't really matter that the Grizzlies scored. All right. Point after, and we're all tied up in this one. 8:12 left to play in the first half, and the Grizzlies get on the scoreboard. A 15-yard pass from Grant Caraway to Tony Ellison in the left corner of the end zone. Colin Brown's PAT, obviously good. And now a new segment here on our Play On Sports Network broadcast from a name you may have recognized if you're one of our frequent listeners and one of our loyal listeners of 3 years. My ex-partner, Kyle Roberts, currently running graphics here for the Grizzlies. Kyle, what was your impression of that last offensive drive?
Well, Neil, I thought that was a great play by Tony Ellison, making that catch, getting his toes in on the back of the end zone, and a great play by Caraway to scramble out of the pocket like that. Seems like he needs to do that a lot tonight.
Yeah, really, really great play. Like you said, Caraway showing his mobility. And for all our loyal listeners, I'm sure it's good to hear Mr. Roberts back on the mic. He is a dedicated member of our team, and he's found a new way to help us. He's our graphics man, keeping up with the score down in distance and quarter there. And he really a vital member of our team. Good to have you with us, Kyle.
Thanks, Neil. It's great to be here.
Grizzlies kicking back to Rocklin. Ball is fielded by the tight end, number 80, and he gets all the way down to the 35. Nice return there by Dominic Giampaoli, a name we've heard a couple times here so far tonight. Jack Dockham with the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunder at their own 35. Four wide set. Webb drops back. Looking deep down the right side for Giampaoli. And it's incomplete. And we've heard his name a lot tonight, interestingly enough.
Yeah, he has been really involved, but took a spill a couple seconds after the pass, and I was waiting for the PI call from the refs. None there. So, great job by the Grizzlies.
Giampaoli, the second leading receiver for the Thunder this season. He has the most touchdowns of any Thunder receiver. His stats are 326 receiving yards for 5 touchdowns on the season, so he is one of their big playmakers. 4 wide set for Webb, and Webb's going to run! The pocket passer deciding to take off and run there on that play, and he picks up 11 yards for a first down Thunder.
Yeah, and that's a big shock as he has negative 39 rushing yards on the season. So working to get back positive.
Well, and you expect that from a pocket passer. So you probably don't see him do that too much. That's probably only the 4th or 5th time he's done that this season. And as we can see from the stats, hasn't really worked out too well in the past. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage and then caught by Spencer Gregg. the senior tight end for the Thunder. And that picks them up 5.
That was a great catch, but an awareness by Spencer Gregg, and he has our cameraman amazed over there. How did he even catch that?
What? What? 2nd and 5 now for the Thunder. They're in Grizzly territory. Ball on the 48. 3 wide set. Webb is the quarterback. Gonzalez in the backfield. Here's the snap. Drops back. Throws it to the left, and we have a flag. Pass is incomplete. Flag thrown along the right sideline. It's probably going to be a false start on Rocklin's wide receiver, Burmester. And that will be the call, so that'll back the Thunder up 5 yards. Should Cooper choose to accept the penalty.
Don't see why he wouldn't.
The indication is against Rocklin.
Cooper still hasn't made up his mind on whether or not he wants to accept the penalty yet. And it is going to be declined, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Grizzlies. Interesting opt there by head coach Cooper.
Well, that just shows a lot of faith in his defense. Even though they haven't necessarily played up to par tonight, they've done a great job except for the 7 points that they allowed. But, wow, great faith by Cooper and his defense. Let's see them make a stop here.
Webb in at Q, 3 wide set. Here's the snap. And they're going to run a halfback draw to Gonzalez, and it's going nowhere, and then some. A loss of 1.
Okay, well, Coach Cooper just made a ton of sense to me because that was a great stop by those Grizzlies. And I guess
J.R. Colton.
That is not a good sign.
Slow to get up. He, of course, injured in the first game of the season against Westlake, was out for 3 weeks before seeing limited action against Pittsburgh. And he has been starting ever since. He comes out injured. As Rocklin punts it away here on 4th and 5. Ellison back deep to receive. He's going to field it at the 15. And he makes 2-man miss. He's still going. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40, and all the way down to the 43. He makes something out of nothing every time he touches the football. He looks like he was dead in the water there. 3 defenders around him, and he shifted twice and got upfield 40 yards. Incredible play there by Tony Ellison. 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies at the 44.
Well, what was even more surprising me on that play was how Johnny Cooley almost blocked the punt.
Grizzlies have finally woken up here. 1st and 10. Caraway drops back pass. He's in trouble. And he's just going to throw this one away, looking for Taft Partridge. Nice pressure there by Rocklin's front 7, who has played very well tonight, all things considered.
Yeah, and that was a great job by the Rocklin defense to get in the backfield, and Grant Caraway was rushed there. So that was a broken play, just had to throw it away. Great veteran presence of mind by Grant Caraway.
So after the incompletion, it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Grizzlies. Passing situation, so the passing unit is in. Garrity and company in. Caraway drops back. Scrambling around, and he fumbles the football. Fumbled it forward about 10 yards. And they're going to call a penalty against the Grizzlies. Not really sure what the call was. Pass was incomplete, and they're going to call it intentional grounding. I'm a little puzzled by that call. So that's a 10-yard penalty and a loss of down assessed against the Grizzlies.
I don't understand that call, but referees, again, see something that I don't, so.
So it'll be 3rd and 20 for the Grizzlies from their own 35. 3 wide set, Ellison in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff. They're going to hand it off to Cooley here on 3rd and long. And conservative play calling there by Coach Cooper. Picks up the solid yardage and gets 3 on that play to the 38-yard line, where it'll be 4th and 17. So the Grizzlies send in Caraway to punt it away. 5:25 left play here in the second. We're still tied up at 7. Snap is good, and the punt is away, and this one is a skyrocket. And it takes a favorable bounce at the 40. And the Grizzlies catch a break there. That one was not going very far. Looked like it was going to be about a 20-yard punt, but then it bounced for another 20. So a favorable bounce, and the Thunder will get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Well, the Grizzlies looked like they were starting to come into their own on that drive, and then the questionable intentional grounding call.
That was bad. I mean, you had Ty Cerno right there where the ball bounced. So I'm a little puzzled by that one.
Regardless, the Grizzlies are now on defense and need to make a stop here.
Rocklin comes out in a 3-wide set. Gonzalez in the backfield. Here's the snap. Webb looking over the middle. Oh! Close one there. Nearly picked off by Spencer Cassinguay, the strong safety for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and that ball was just thrown too low for him to intercept. Had that been an inch higher, I believe he would have gotten his hands under it and picked off that ball.
He, of course, playing opposite Aaron Knapp, the free safety. And we have a flag here. This is most likely going to be a sideline warning against the Thunder. And that is what it is. No penalty yards assessed, but next time it's called, it'll be a 5-yard penalty. If it's called after that, it'll be a 15-yard penalty.
We have a league update. Nevada Union leads Wood Creek Nevada Union leads Wood Creek 10-0 in the first quarter.
Thank you for that update, Lucas. Source provided by the Live Wire on KCRA3.com. Make sure to go check that out for any score updates around the section. Webb dropping back on 2nd and 10, and he slings it along the right sideline, looking for GM Paoli. And it falls incomplete, so now it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Grizzlies, and they're looking for their first 3 and out of the night.
The Grizzly fans here were waiting for the call by the refs to cheer, and the ref signaled incomplete, so great job.
3rd and 10. Grizzlies looking for their first 3 and out stop of the night. 4-wide set for the Thunder. Trips to the left side of the field. Here's the snap. Webb drops back. Slings it, and it's picked off!
Yes!
Luke Bossy to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Grizzlies! Pick 6, the backup, Luke Bussey. Coming in for the injured Nick Grace gets a touchdown for the Grizzlies. And puts them up by 6.
Great job by Luke Bussey oh man, he just read that coverage so well. Picked it off in the middle of the field and got some great blocks down the road and juked a defender, offensive player who turned into a defender on that play, and great touchdown there. And sorry if you heard me cheering in the background, but that was a personal moment for me as he's one of my good friends. So
you cannot say enough about him. He has been stellar ever since he set foot on a football field this season. Colin Brown's PAT splits the uprights, and the Grizzlies take the lead on a defensive touchdown. A 42-yard pick 6 by Luke Bussey. 4:40 left in the half. And you cannot say enough about him. To come in for an injured player and play the way he has this season. Really, really excellent. So now the Grizzlies gonna kick it back to the Thunder to give him another shot. Hold that. Hey, you can't do that, dude. Wow. Yeah, but still, you can't do that. What happens if I take you live? Like, you can't for something. You just can't do that. Do that more. Colin Brown on to kick it away. And a booming kick. This is going to be fielded at the 1-yard line by GM Paoli. And he's going to be taken down short of the 20-yard line. Grizzlies finally starting to assert their dominance here in this ball game.
Yeah, and it looks like they are playing fired up now. I mean, everything seems to be clicking now for them at the right time, especially going into halftime. We got 4.5 minutes left before halftime. So if the Grizzlies can make a stop here, that should give them a lot of momentum going into halftime.
And they get the ball to start the second half. So if they can get a quick stop, get the ball back, and score again, they will be in excellent position to win this ball game. 1st and 10 for the Thunder on their own 18. 3 wide set. Here's the snap. Quick drop back by Webb. He's throwing it to the left. And pass complete. That was an excellent catch by GM Paoli at the 26-yard line. Gain of 8. Be 2nd and 2 for the Thunder. Second and 2, 2 wide. Kindle in the backfield. Here's the snap. Kindle's going to go up the middle, and he gets taken down for a no gain. Nice play by the Grizzly front 7 there. Kindle's a fast runner. He accelerates really quickly, so it's tough to get him down once he gets into open space. But if you can stop him around the line of scrimmage, it's easy to keep him locked down. So really nice play there by the Grizzly front 7. 3rd and 2 now for the Rocklin offense. 3 wide set. Kindle in the backfield. Once again, Webb at QB. Here's the snap. Play action. Webb drops back. Throws it over the middle. It's complete to GM Paoli. Past the 45 before being tackled by the free safety Aaron Knapp. That's a gain of 22. So it'll be another 1st and 10 for the Rocklin Thunder.
Yeah, and you talk about Rocklin needing to get back some momentum in this game. That was exactly what they needed to do. A big play there, a 22-yard gain, and Thunder 1st down.
1st and 10. Webb drops back again and tries to get the ball to Greg. But the pass falls incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Thunder on their own 49. 2:56 left to play here in the first half. Three wide. Kindle in the backfield. Webb is the QB. 2 men to the right. Here's the snap. Quick swing pass to Burmester. He's going to try and get to the right sideline, and he's going to be stopped at about the Grizzly 46. That's going to be a gain of 7, so 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Thunder. And the Grizzly defense will look to get a stop just inside their own territory and try and get the ball back to maybe get some more points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, and Rocklin will be in a good position as well if they can get some points here, because then
3 wide. Kinzel in the backfield. Webb is still the quarterback. Drops back, looking for Burmester. Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and the defensive tackle, Luke Jarvis, gets a big pop there and is able to knock that one incomplete. So a 4th down now upcoming for the Thunder. Thunder in punt formation. Aaron Knapp back deep to receive. Keep in mind he did muff a kickoff earlier in the game. And Ellison did receive the first punt of the game, so maybe Cooper showing some restraint. It's a fake! Webb looking for number 3, Garrett Van Rocket, or Raquel, excuse me.
Well, I wasn't able to say it in time, but I was going to say watch out for the fake there. And Rocklin's coach obviously on the same wavelength as me.
A nice completion there by Webb to Van Raquel. And that'll get a Rocklin a first down at the Grizzly 35. We're inside of 2 to play. 3 wide once again, 2 men to the left, Kindle in the backfield, Webb still in at quarterback. Here's the snap, 5-step drop, rolling to the right, throws to GM Paoli, and it looks like it's going to be complete. At the 29-yard line, gain of 6 for the Thunder. So 2nd and 4 now for the Thunder.
The Grizzlies defenders are giving these receivers a lot of cushion, and Rocklin taking advantage of it with these quick curl routes.
Yeah, not a whole lot of big plays tonight for the Thunder, but they have been running 10, 15-yard patterns and having reasonable success. 4 wide set, Burmester in motion. Here's the snap, Webb. 5-step drop, looking deep to the left for Burmester, and it is way over his head. Incomplete, so 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Thunder, and the Grizzlies will get another chance to stop them on 3rd down.
Well, they did it last time, and they can do it again, but also got to watch out for that 4th down play.
Update for you baseball fans, top of the 8th, and the NLCS Nationals clinging to a lead 6-4 over the Cardinals. 8th, excuse me. Did I say top of the 6th?
You said NLD or NLCS, it's NLDS.
I'm making boneheaded moves all over the place. For the record, I don't watch a whole lot of baseball.
That's okay.
Go Giants. Anyways. We had a timeout taken by the Thunder. 1 left in the half for them. They're going to talk over their play here on 3rd and 4. And we will take a quick break here from Rocklin High School as well and be back here when the players take the field again for the end of the first half. Back with you at Rocklin High School. Thunder have the ball 3rd and 4 on the Grizzly 29, trying to get some points on the board for halftime. They currently trail by 7 to the Grizzlies 14-7, 1:04 to play. They have 1 timeout. 3 wide set, Kindle in the backfield. Webb rolling left, looking for Burmester, and they complete it to him at the 20, and the Thunder in the Grizzlies red zone, and they have a first down inside of a minute.
Well, the Grizzlies can play that zone coverage where they give them that cushion only for so long until they get down into the red zone. They're going to need to start playing man coverage and get on those receivers because they have too much cushion.
Clock ticking under 50 seconds. 1st and 10, 3 wide. Kindle in the backfield. Webb, 5-step drop, looking left into the end zone. Touchdown by Greg, and it looks like there might have been a push-off there by Greg. We'll see what the call was here, but that might be offensive pass interference. That would also be a critical mistake for the Thunder because the clock would continue to run.
Yeah, and if they don't call this is a big missed call because he pushed off the corner Luke Bussey. That was okay. Good.
They're going to call it defensive pass interference on Luke Bussey. So the touchdown will remain. 20-yard touchdown pass from Webb to Greg. to make the score Thunder 13, Grizzlies 14, pending the extra point.
Okay, that is the call.
Albeit a questionable one.
We've had quite a few of those tonight.
Burmester on to attempt the PAT. And kick is up. And good. So the Thunder have knotted this one up with 37 seconds left before halftime, 14-14. And the Grizzlies will receive a kick for the first time in the ball game since the Thunder scored their first touchdown.
Actually, watch for those footballs coming up from the stands, guys. Let's go. Throw those footballs. Be aware. Here they come.
Cooper did not like that call. That was the defensive pass interference call against the Grizzlies. And Cooper having a talk with the head official. So a short delay in play here as Cooper wanted to have a word. Back to the action, though. 37 seconds left to play here in the first half. Ellison and Knapp back deep to receive the kick. And they're going to call a penalty on Cooper. So now the Thunder will be kicking from the Grizzly 45-yard line. Wow. That's a 15-yard penalty against the coach.
Well, I don't know where the warning was for Coach Ernie Cooper, but regardless, they call the penalty on him, and Rocklin now kicks off in their own territory.
And this one's going to sail through the end zone. Touchback. Grizzlies will get the ball 1st and 10.
And the field goal is good.
On their own 20. And the field goal is good. I got to say, though, even though that did get them a 15-yard penalty, I'm happy to see that. No season is complete without at least one Cooper outbreak. So, you know, he's going to fight for every call he can get. He's a fiery coach, always has been. So, good to see that from Coach Ernie Cooper, even though it did get them a 15-yard penalty.
Three wide set.
Ellison's going to get the sweep on 1st and 10, and he's going to get back to the line, nothing more.
Anyways, for all you baseball fans, the Cardinals just hit a home run. It was a solo shot. Daniel Descalso went deep, so it's 6-5. Nationals lead is now down to 1.
And that's still top of the 8th?
I believe so.
Ooh, so we got a close one for the final deciding game of the division series. 5 seconds left here. Ellison going to get a sweep, and it's going to be taken down at the 21. That'll bring us to halftime. Your score after 2 quarters of play. Grizzlies 14, Thunder 14. Grizzlies will receive the second half kickoff. And we'll be with you then to bring you the second half of what is turning into an excellent game between the 3-3 Grizzlies and the 3-3 Rocklin Thunder. See you for the second half. And we are back with you here at Rocklin High School with a very special guest from 107.9 The End, Chris K. How you doing tonight?
Doing awesome. Thanks, guys. I feel this is impressive for me to be up here. I like this. We're even on TV here, too.
Yeah.
First of all, can I say how jealous I am that you guys have this at your high school? I went to Yuba City, and we didn't have anything like this, and I would have loved that,
Really?
because I was starting to get interested in doing radio in high school, so I think this is super cool. So way to go. You guys are getting experience early, and I know you're doing a good job.
Absolutely, and great game here so far tonight.
Absolutely.
What was your take on the first half?
It was back and forth, dude. No one scored at first, and I'm like, wow, these offenses are not really rolling. Then I saw the ball starting to fly a little bit. But you know what, to be honest, I'm kind of hanging out with the crowd as well, too, kind of getting them pumped up. That's what's fun about coming to the games with 107.9. We just like to get out here with everybody that likes to listen to us. I like to get out and chat with, everyone that's out and about. And I don't know, it's fun both watching the game, taking in all the energy from the band and the crowd, everyone into it, and then just getting to chit-chat with everybody. It's always a good time every Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely, and the atmosphere is great, like you said. Gotta talk to you about the game. What's your prediction for the second half? Who do you think wins this one?
Well, I got to say, Rocklin is having a better year this season, so they're bringing it. They were pretty confident over on their side because I'm talking to them, and they think they got it. I would be surprised if you guys didn't pull it out, but Rocklin just scored a late touchdown, so we're going neck and neck. But since I'm here on the GB side, we're going to go. Do you guys have a field goal kicker that's good?
Yes, we do.
Okay, 31-28 GB on a late Grizzly field goal. How about that?
All righty, I like the sound of that. What other games have you guys covered this season? I mean, tell us a little bit about what you guys do here on your Friday night football coverage. Obviously, you guys do the whole networking thing. How far do you guys go? What's the farthest game you've been to? Just give us some info on that.
All right. Well, what we usually do, we team up with Channel 3, with KCRA 3 for their high school playbook. So usually where Del Rogers goes, that's where I go too, unless, because the Channel 3 coverage area is bigger than the 107.9 coverage area. So tonight their game is down in Modesto, and they don't even get 107.9 in Modesto, so we're obviously not going to go down there. So when that happens, I just pick whatever game I think is going to be the most competitive game, coolest game, schools I like to go to. Granite Bay, that's right, Rocklin. So that's why we're here. It's actually the third week in a row that I haven't gone out with Del Rogers, which is kind of a bummer because he puts me on TV. And that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
I like going on TV about 6:45 with him on Friday nights. So, yeah, I know. I get a little nervous. But if you see, I do a commercial with him where he loves, this is the brand new 107.9 jersey. Can I do on the back, too? Look, Christopher K.
Oh, yeah, that's solid right there.
I say, Del Rogers was very jealous. He wanted a jersey of his own, and I said, no, not going to happen. So
Maybe if he gets you on TV a little more?
yeah, exactly. We'll see. We'll see about that, Del Rogers. But, yeah, basically we just go to whatever school they go each time. Marysville's the furthest game we've gone to so far, so try to keep it within maybe half hour, 45 minutes. But definitely right in the Sacramento area, and that's why we're here. It's a great game tonight. Good luck to everybody.
All righty, well, thank you for coming up here tonight. Great
Absolutely.
to talk to you. Pleasure to talk to a already established star, being a couple of students.
Oh, you're too kind. You'll do well. Keep it up. I started off as an intern, so you guys can do it too. Absolutely.
All righty,
Bye,
thank
guys.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, and that was Christopher K. once again. We'll be back with you here for the start of the second half from Rocklin High School. Neil Martin,
Lucas Carlson.
and we look forward to bringing you the rest of what has been a close competitive game so far. Thank you very much.
Cool. My Twitter's CK on the radio if you guys want to jump in on that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool you guys back. So. Cool.
Thank you,
Very
thank
cool.
you.
Glad I could be a part of it. Good opportunity. Good luck in the second half. Yep.
Thanks.
Here, let's take a picture with us. Yeah, get in there.
Get in here, Tom.
I'll put that up on my Facebook.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
to invite all men and women here today who are breast cancer survivors to please stand. Once again, we invite all men and women here today who are breast cancer survivors to please stand. If you've lost a friend or a loved one to breast cancer, please stand up. If you have a friend or family member who is currently fighting this disease or who has already won their battle, please stand up. Let us now take a moment to applaud those standing and those who cannot stand in recognition of your strength and commitment to ending this disease forever. And now heading out to midfield, we'd like to welcome Chris Kirkpatrick, representing the Susan G. Komen for the Cure Sacramento Valley affiliate, and representatives from both Rocklin and Granite Bay High Schools. Thanks to the support of organizations like the Rocklin Thunder and Granite Bay Grizzlies, as well as all of you here today, we are honored to present this check in the amount of $2,129.41 to the Susan G. Komen for the Cure. Thank you all. Shirley Schnatter wearing pink boots tonight to honor all those who have battled breast cancer. We celebrate our survivors. We honor the memories of those we have lost. Once again, tonight's halftime has been brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, and we thank them.
That was sweet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know.
Luke went flying back.
Yeah, I know.
How does that happen?
Oh,
That was,
hey, that hit 6. Oh my goodness.
yeah, that was really
so
nice.
awesome.
I buy the videos. I want to see it. You know,
All
on
right.
this side it's hard. It also
Yeah, I know.
happened. Like,
Yeah, I know. I keep.
I just hope we gotta keep getting involved.
Yeah.
And we were down, so we couldn't start getting those
Yeah.
5-10 yard runs. You guys do a great job.
Thank you.
I just have one bone to pick with you. We'll do that another time. You know what it is, right?
The names? No. What is it?
When Nick had the interception last time, you said how awesome it was, this and that. And then at the end you changed it and you said,
Yeah, I was
well,
like,
that was just long.
well, because
Hey, when I got the video and watched it, it was actually a really good interception. You caught that fair hand.
oh, I know. It's hard to see because it was going
Exactly.
in. Yeah.
And I thought it was too. I didn't, but when I watched it on the tape,
Yeah.
then I could see it. I was skipping it.
No, but I thought I was talking it out too much. I was like, oh, well, people are gonna think that I'm just, only talking about.
Cardinals are coming back. That's what I was thinking.
6'5"?
I was like, all right, I gotta make up for it.
Top of the A, 6'5".
Really?
Coming back.
44 seconds. Even though no team's out yet. And no quarterback yet. That's hard. Yeah, the teams are in play. Oh. Suzuki? Kyle's watching it on his phone. He's gonna be like, what? Oh. What's up? Come here. I'll react to it.
What do you mean that took him quiet?
Right there. Do you not see the Cardinals hat?
Oh my gosh, the seat.
Oh, it's there. Look, he just found out. Ambulance. What did they fix? Chad Tracy?
I was wrong in this spot. I think we had something wrong. Stacy's mom.
Where is that shirt? You haven't worn that in a while. I wore it like yesterday, day before my Spencer dog.
I know, freaking I'm live.
No. Don't talk like that.
Until 9 p.m.
We shall see.
Rocklin versus Fall, Team Doctor. You finally like the fans to take the list of the Giants and the other ones here. We just couldn't do in the Rocklin area.
So something's wrong.
I have not yet. I know. I will.
I know.
Those getting stretched out. Those getting swagged out.
You like the butt?
Let's go out? Yeah. Where? Oh, okay.
I like Arizona, but Buffalo, I figured both Arizona and Buffalo. Yeah, exactly.
Beltron, Holiday, Craig. Top 9.
So I need to send him.
Yes, they do.
I don't know. So I need to send him.
Kyle's gonna be so pissed.
I didn't even fix it.
Once they get one,
You didn't have it, right?
I'll be even more pissed.
And he fixed somebody else last week, huh? 75 minutes. No, it's
Do you guys have the sign on? They're right here.
this year,
We have 30 seconds. Is that a mailbox?
all of them.
This is the mailbox.
Yeah.
Kyle. Not looking good.
You bought one of their burgers. You're not supposed to do that. But they keep on making them. And
Ooh.
Give me one of those.
Thank you.
So these guys are helping you out.
Oh.
Alright, I want more.
Alright. Hey, Drew Storen's last blown save, September 29th versus the Cardinals.
That's a sign.
Huh?
That's a sign, thanks.
I hope. I can only hope.
You spill that on anything, I will throw you.
Why?
I will throw you off of the screen.
Lucas, just don't move your cord.
Do not spill that. It's like $700 on the drain.
Better stir it, lady.
Why are the mics turned up?
Just can't double check, baby.
What? And welcome back, football fans, here at Rocklin High School. This is Neil Martin and Lucas Carlson rejoining you to bring you the second half of action between the Rocklin Thunder and the Granite Bay Grizzlies. Score was tied up 14 apiece at halftime, and the Grizzlies will receive the second half kickoff.
Del Oro leads Roseville 14-7 at halftime.
Little squib kick by the Thunder, fielded by Michael Garrity and returned to the 45-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. First and 10. Cooley and Partridge in the backfield. Ball will go to Cooley up the middle. And he pushes forward for a gain of 6 yards. 2nd and 4 upcoming for the Grizzlies. Simple but effective, getting it done there. Second and 4 for the Grizzlies on the Rocklin 49. Partridge in the backfield, 3 wide set. Here's the snap. Caraway dropping back. Pump fakes. Trying to decide whether to scramble or throw. Chucks it, and it looked like it might have hit the turf. And it did. Ball was incomplete. Third and 4. Ball on the Rocklin 49. Cerna wide to the left, Cooley in the backfield. Handoff is going to Cooley. And again, really conservative play calling by Coach Ernie Cooper, deciding to run it on 3rd and 4. And Cooley gets absolutely nothing. So that'll bring up 4th and 4, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to go for it. Big play here for the Grizzlies. 2 wide. Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Ellison in motion. And the defense jumps off sides.
No call.
Here's the snap. Handoff. Cooley. And he doesn't get there. That was a horrible no call by the refs.
You got to wonder what that, I mean, we are right.
What game are they watching?
We're
2 D
parallel with the
linemen
line.
jumped off sides.
We are parallel with the line, and we saw 2 hands go into the neutral zone, which is that's a clear-cut penalty.
It's an immediate 5-yard encroachment penalty, period. As a result of the no call, Rocklin gets the ball after a turnover on downs, 1st and 10 on their own 47. 4 wide set. Handoff to Kendall. And Kendall gains 4. 2nd and 6 at midfield. Four wide set again. Handoff to Kendall again. And he does not get very far. Gains about 1. There's a flag on the play. For you baseball fans, we are in the top of the 9th inning. Cardinals trail by 2, 5-7 to the Nationals. There is a man on 3rd with only 1 out. So the Cardinals trying to stay alive in that one late. Tying run at home plate. Here holding penalty against the Thunder moves them back 10 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15. Four wide again. Kiffin is the quarterback. And play action to Kendall. They sling it, and it falls incomplete.
Just over the outstretched arms of senior linebacker Bo Hirschberger.
So now 3rd and the mile for the Thunder from their own 41. Alan Craig strikes out for the Cardinals. 2 outs. Back here, 3rd and 15, 4 wide, Kiffin at Q. Kendall in the backfield. Here's the snap. Kiffin drops back. Looking over the middle. It's caught, but he's short of the marker. Gain of 14 yards by Burmester. That's going to make it 4th and about 1.5 yards for the Thunder. Trips to the right, 1 man to the left. Kendall in the backfield. Kiffin at quarterback. Here's the snap. They're going to play action. Throwing. It's picked up by Aaron Knapp. He's at the 45, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. He's going to take it all the way. 55-yard pick six. The 2nd of the night. The senior safety and leader for this Grizzly defense. Aaron Knapp, touchdown Grizzlies! And they take the lead again. 2nd time tonight, the Grizzly defense has scored on an interception return for a touchdown. And none bigger than that one right there. And PAT is up and good by Colin Brown. The Grizzlies go up by 7 with 8:05 left in the 3rd quarter. 21-14. And we now have the word, take 2, with Kyle Roberts. Kyle, 2nd pick 6 of the night. Do you give the MVP for this game so far to the Grizzly secondary or not?
I wouldn't give him to him yet. They've allowed a couple deep plays to the Rocklin's receivers, so they're making up for it with the pick sixes. Maybe 1 or 2 more, and I'll give him the MVP award of the game.
All right, you heard what it's going to take for Kyle to give the MVP to the Grizzly secondary. We have a baseball update from Lucas Carlson.
Not so much a baseball update, more about our graphics man, Kyle. You may have heard him go by the name Coach Kyle this season. He has been our consultant for what he thinks the Grizzlies should do on key plays, so he's also helping in that way.
Kickoff returned by GM Paoli to the 27-yard line, tackled by Zach Lilly, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Baseball update by Lucas Carlson.
Yadier Molina was up to bat, worked the count full, and got a walk. So the situation now for the Cardinals is a runner on 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. David Freese is up to bat. And of course you remember David Freese was the amazing postseason MVP for the Cardinals last year who went off. Can he do it again here? Be clutch.
Quick swing pass intended for Burmester, incomplete. So that'll make it 2nd and 10 for the Thunder. at their own 28. Three wide. Play action. Kiffin finds Burmester, and Burmester gets all the way to the 48. And there's a flag thrown late. We'll see what the call is. They're going to call it holding against the offense. So this one's coming back. Cardinals down to their last strike in the NLDS.
In this game, that was a good call. I didn't see anything that the Grizzlies could have done wrong on that play, so good to see the refs get the right call.
First and 10 now, 4 wide. Kiffin gonna hand it off to Kendall, and Kendall taken down in the backfield, loss of a half a yard. Second and 10. Cameron Smith with the tackle for loss on that play. 7:24 left play in the third. Too wide. They're going to hand it off to Kendall again, and he is taken down in the backfield again. Grizzly front seven with 2 big plays in a row, and Bo Hirschberger, another one of the Grizzlies' big linebackers, makes the stop for loss on that one.
Yeah, and that was a big play there for the Grizzlies to just smash through the hole and stop him in the backfield. Great job.
Third and long, about 12 for the Thunder, 4 wide. Kiffin drops back, and he is in trouble. Throws it to Greg, who makes a man miss, but he does not get to the first down marker. He stopped about 2 yards short, so it'll be 4th and short for the Thunder. Big baseball update from Luke Carlson.
David Freese worked the count full and walked. Second straight batter that Drew Storen, the relief pitcher for the Washington Nationals, has walked. So the bases are loaded now with 2 outs. And Daniel Descalso, the man with the solo home run earlier in the game, in a big spot right here.
3 wide. And a punt formation. Aaron Knapp back to receive. And it's going to be down inside the Grizzly 15 at the 11. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies there. 5:31 left in the third. Grizzlies still lead by 7, 21-14. Keep in mind Chris Kay's prediction. He predicted 31-28 Grizzlies on a last-second field goal. Could very well happen here in this one. First and 10 for the Grizzlies at their own 12-yard line. 3 wide set. Cooley and Partridge in the backfield. Ellison in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff. Cooley around left guard, and he's going to pick up 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Excuse me, that was Taft Partridge with the gain of 2. We have an update The Cardinals have scored runs. We don't know how many, though. Meanwhile, back in this one, Cooley runs for a gain of 6 to make it 3rd and 3. And an update in the St. Louis game, David Descalso doubles to score the Cardinals 2 runs to make it 7-7 in the top of the 9th. Big play there.
That was Daniel Descalso, and it was a single.
It was a single. Okay, well, they must have fast runners. Again, the amount I know about baseball is about as much as the microscopic organisms on my fingernails.
It's okay, Neil. We won't give you too much of a hard time. Pete Kozma now up to bat with a quick 0-2 count.
Meanwhile, Johnny Cooley loses 2 yards after being stopped by forward progress on that play. It'll be a punting situation for the Grizzlies from deep in their own territory. Grant Caraway skies this one, and it's muffed and recovered by the Grizzlies. Huge recovery. And the refs are saying Rocklin recovered, even though the Grizzlies, yeah, there we go. The head ref changes the call. Grizzly football 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
We have another update from the baseball game. A double steal. I believe it was a pass ball. Daniel Descalso and David Freese now on 2nd and 3rd base respectively. So it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs.
In this one, 3:32 left to play. Grizzlies still lead by 7, 21-14, 1st and 10 on their own 47. Cooley gets the handoff up the middle. He still keeps his legs trucking, trying to fight for any yards he can get, but he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies from their own 43, excuse me.
Okay, well, you got to question the refereeing here. The Rocklin coach is out on the field, and he's been out on the field for a good minute now. The ref's still not making a call. You got to wonder, now, in my midst of that tirade,
baseball update!
The Cardinals singled, Pete Kozma singled to right field. David, excuse me, David Freese scored. Daniel Descalso is to 3rd. So the Cardinals now take the lead 8-7.
Huge in that baseball game. Here, Tony Ellison receives a quick swing pass to gain 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Now for the Grizzlies, 3rd and 7, excuse me. Yes. Caraway takes a snap, rolling right. And he's going to scramble. He's to midfield.
Oh, hey.
And takes a big hit just short of the 45.
That was straight to his head. And he gets up unscathed. Wow, that was a scary hit.
Yeah, big time. Gain of 6. So 4th and 1 now for the Grizzlies on the Rocklin 47. Another baseball update. Cardinals go up by 2, 9-7 on the Nationals. 4 runs here in the top of the 9th so far.
Mind you, that's all been with 2 outs.
And the Grizzlies pick up a 1st down, as you were saying, Lucas.
Mind you, that's all been with 2 outs.
And the Grizzlies with a big offensive play here. We got big plays going on in 2 close games all over the place. So now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies on the Rocklin 45. 2 wide, Partridge and Cooley in the backfield, Ellison in motion. Snap, handoff to Partridge. He's stumbling and goes at the 40, still trucking all the way down to the 37-yard line. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 now for the Grizzlies. Inside of a minute to play here in the third quarter. Grizzlies still lead by 7, and they are driving. 2nd and 2, 2 wide to the left. Ellison in motion, Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Snap, handoff, Cooley up the middle. He's got a huge hole. He's at the 15, the 10, he's at the 5. All the way down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Grizzlies. And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Big play there by Johnny Cooley. His first big run of the night could not have come at a better time. At the very end of the third, and the fourth will start with the Grizzlies up by 7, 21-14, and the ball 1st and goal on the 5-yard line.
A baseball update. The Cardinals opt to keep their all-star relief pitcher and their greatest closer, Jason Mott, in. And, you know, pitchers aren't very good at swinging the bat. He strikes out swinging, so we are going to the bottom of the 9th, and Jason Mott will remain the pitcher.
9-7 still the score in that one. Cardinals with a chance to make one of the more crazy comebacks in the MLB, really postseason history so far in my life. My short life.
Did you watch last year's postseason? The Cardinals did this every game.
And while there are big plays going on in that one, big plays going on this one. Grizzlies driving now all the way down to the 5-yard line where it's 1st and goal. And they have a chance to go up by 2 possessions. They come out here, 1st and goal on the 5. 1 wide to the left, Ellison to the right. Partridge and Cooley in the backfield, Ellison in motion. Snap. Hand off to Cooley. And he's going to be stopped for a loss. Nice play there by the Rocklin front 7.
So with this Grizzlies offense today being a big question mark, of course 2 of our touchdowns coming off of pick 6s, you can't even give this 5 yards, 1st and 5 second thought, because it could happen where they don't score.
Partridge and Cooley in the backfield, Ellison in motion. Ellison the only man wide, and Cooper's frustrated on the sideline, trying to communicate with his quarterback. He's going to be forced to take a timeout, their first of the half. Try to clear this one up so they can try and punch it in for 6.
Jason Worth flied out to right, so that's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Nationals down to 2 outs. Bryce Harper, the rookie sensation, coming up to bat.
Thank you. Yeah, when are we getting paid? Grizzlies are going to try and punch it in again. Jumbo set. Handoff. Cooley. And he's going to gain yards. Gain of 3. That's going to make it 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Bryce Harper struck out swinging for the Nationals. 2 outs for the Nationals in the bottom of the 9th. Ryan Zimmerman is their last hope.
Jumbo set again. And flags fly. See what the call is. It'll be a offsides call against the defense. It'll be half the distance to the goal. So 3rd and goal now from the 2-yard line. Jumbo set, snap, handoff. Cooley is in. Touchdown Grizzlies. 10:44 left to play in the ball game. And Cooley punches it in from 2 yards out to put the Grizzlies up by 2 possessions. 27-14 pending the extra point. Hold, kick, and it's blocked. Grizzlies stay at 27-14. Nevertheless, even with the blocked PAT, Grizzlies still lead by 2 possessions with 10:44 left in the 4th. And the Grizzlies with an excellent offensive drive to start, well, really in the 3rd and start the 4th.
Nationals down to their last out with a 1-2 count to Ryan Zimmerman. A quick league update. Del Oro leads Roseville 17-7. No news yet on how much time is left in that game, but Del Oro does lead 17-7 over the Roseville Tigers.
Granite Bay, of course, dismantled Roseville last week to get their first league win. Grizzlies to kick it away. Colin Brown kicking. Giampaoli back to receive. Kick is up, and it's a booming kick. Giampaoli fields at the 4. Cuts to the left. And falls forward to the 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunder.
We have an update. Ryan Zimmerman on a 1-2 count popped out to second base. The Cardinals win 9-7, and one of the most epic comebacks I believe I've ever seen. This postseason by far, but I mean last season's Cardinals team has got to be up there, but great comeback for the Cardinals, and they win it here in the bottom of the 9th. Jason Mott gets the save.
The Cardiac Cards. And the Grizzlies safeties take each other out of the play there on 1st and 10. Aaron Knapp probably would have picked that off, except the strong safety, Spencer Castonguay, got in his way. So that's a gain of 22 for the Thunder, and it'll be 1st and 10 for them on their own 47. 10:30 left to play here in the 4th. Three wide. Webb's the quarterback. Kindle in the backfield. Webb rolling out. Slings it. Complete. And it's fumbled! It's still bouncing around! They're still fighting for it. No signal yet. And they're going to say Rocklin recovers. So that's going to be a gain of 16 and a first down for the Thunder. First and 10 as a result of the 16-yard gain on the fumble recovery. And now the Thunder driving. Webb in shotgun with Kindle. 3 wide. Here's the snap. Drops back, rolling to the right. Slings it to GM Paoli, who is taken down at the 26. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 upcoming.
Well, you got to wonder if this cold weather having somewhat of an effect on the players tonight. As you can, well, we can see it from up here. The turf looks a little slick from the lights. Maybe a little condensation out there on the turf.
Quite possibly, Lucas. Same formation, 3 wide. Kindle and Webb in the backfield. Webb, 3-step drop. Slings it, looking for GM Paoli way over his head. So it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Thunder, and Grizzly defense needs to stop here. .9:14 left in the ball game. Little confusion from the Rocklin offense. 3 wide. Webb and Kindle in the backfield. Here's the snap. Webb rolling left. He's going to scramble. Still on his feet. And he's going to go down at the 31-yard line. Sacked for a loss of 4. And the Grizzly defense gets the big stop they needed. 4th and long upcoming. And the Thunder are going to go for it. 4th and long. Same formation. Webb, Kinsel in the backfield. 3 wide. Webb drops back. 5-step drop, rolling to his right. Throwing for GM Paoli. It's a touchdown, Thunder. On 4th and 8. Webb finds the playmaker, GM Paoli, in the back right corner of the end zone for a touchdown, Thunder. And that is just an enormous breakdown in the Grizzlies secondary to allow that touchdown. And the Thunder march down the field and score in 1 minute and 32 seconds. Wow. So that makes the score Thunder 20, Grizzlies 27, pending the extra point. And because of a penalty assist after the play, they're going to have to kick it from a little farther back. Well, that's big for the Grizzlies defense simply because that's the first big chunk of momentum they've given up really this whole half. They played an excellent 3rd quarter. Haven't allowed any points so far this half. And now the touchdown by the Thunder. We have a delay in play here. It's been going on for about a minute now. And it seems that the problem is technical difficulties with the game clock.
Yeah, they did not start the game clock after that, or the game clock stopped after that sack, and the refs never fixed it. They didn't pay attention to it, and we got to wonder if this is going to be called back.
It probably won't be called back, but you should expect them to take some time off the clock. It would only be fair, I think, if they took off the full, what's that called? Not the game clock, not the shot clock. Play clock. Take off the full time of the play clock. Take off that full 35 seconds plus whatever time would have passed during the past play. It doesn't look like they're going to do any of that, though. Kick is up and good. So, with an unknown amount of time left in the fourth quarter, the Thunder now down by 6 to the Grizzlies, 27-21. We'll give you a time update when they fix it.
They didn't update the score either. But really, there's something wrong. The score's not updated.
Put that on the updates.
Did they say how much time is left?
And it appears they're going to reset the scoreboard entirely. Thunder setting up to kick it back to the Grizzlies. Ellison and Knapp deep to receive. Here's the kick. Ball fielded by Ellison at the 6-yard line. Going back across the right, and he's going to, makes a man miss. He's still going. He's at the 15 and manages to cut it up to the 19. I don't know how he does that, man, but every time he looks like he is dead in the water, he makes 2, 3, 4 men miss and manages to get upfield for at least 10 more yards, sometimes more than that.
It truly is amazing how he does it. Wow.
He's a shifty one. Time left unknown. Grizzlies up by 6, 27-21. Scoreboard's currently completely blank, so we're working with nothing here. The bare minimum. 3 wide, Ellison in motion, Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Here's the snap, handoff, Cooley. And he's going to be taken down after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Grizzlies. You got to wonder how they're keeping time now. Probably approximately 8 minutes left in the game. 1 man in the backfield, play action. Caraway looks downfield, finds the tight end Stephen Graber. Excuse me, that was Clint Ellenwood again. Wow. 2nd pass of the night that he has caught, and there's going to most likely be a face mask penalty tacked on to the end of that one.
Horse collar tackle there by the defender, and you know, that's going to be called every time, especially if it's right in front of the ref. So good
and that's
call
the
by
first
ref.
call that ref has made all night.
Well, let's not give him too much of a hard time.
So after the horse collar penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies on their own 35-yard line. And now there's a debate going on between the refs about whether it was a 5-yard face mask or a 15-yard horse collar. They're still talking it out. And they're going to keep it as a 5-yard face mask penalty, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at their own 35-yard line, and we have the clock back. 7:51 left to play in the 4th quarter.
And just when we give the refs credit for making a good call.
They're going to make it 7:53 now. Grizzlies still lead by 6. After the penalty, once again, they have the ball 1st and 10 on a running clock. Three wide, Partridge and Cooley in the backfield, Ellison in motion from right to left. Snap, handoff, Cooley. He's got room to run, up to the 40, all the way to the 46. First down, Grizzlies, gain of 11. Nice block by Partridge right off the right guard to blow open a hole for Johnny Cooley, and he picks up a great chunk of yardage, a gain of 11 to pick up a first down. First and 10. 3 wide. Partridge, Cooley in the backfield. Ellison to the right side. He's in motion from right to left. Snap. Handoff Cooley to the left side. And he gains a nice chunk. That'll be a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Grizzlies. Under 7 minutes to play. 2nd and 6, 3 wide. Ellison to the near side of the field. Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Ellison in motion. He's going to get the sweep around the left side. Partridge leading the blocking. Ellison cuts it up. And he's going to be taken down just short of the Rocklin 45. That'll be a gain of 4. 3rd and about 2.5 upcoming for the Grizz. Under 6 minutes to play. Grizzlies in Rocklin territory. This is a big 3rd down. 3 yards. Ellison and Cerna to the left. Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Ellison in motion. They try and draw him off sides. No cigar. Here's the snap. Handoff. Cooley. And he picks up enough for the first down. This one's going to be coming back, though. That looked like a hold against the Grizzly offense.
All I know is that was a great job by Johnny Cooley to spin off his blocker and still get positive yardage off of that dead play. And it is a holding call.
Yeah, it is a hold. So that one will bring the Grizzlies back 10 yards. It'll be 3rd and a mile. From their own 44-yard line. Five and a half on the clock. Garrity subbing in. So the passing package is in. Garrity and Graber to the right side. Ellison and Cerna to the left. Partridge in the backfield. Snap. Caraway dropping back. Looking right. And it's great defense by the Thunder. Incomplete pass intended for Steven Graber, so it'll be 4th down for the Grizzlies, and they are going to probably have to punt this one away with just over 5 minutes to play, and Rocklin's going to have a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, and Grant Caraway was very upset on that play, as was many of the Grizzly fans, looking for the defensive holding call and not getting it. Grant Caraway went over and talked to the ref and asked him, is he watching? Because that was an obvious hold and no call there.
And Caraway had a right to be frustrated. Punt formation. It's up. And this is a boomer. And it's going to roll out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Caraway's punt rolls out of bounds at the
Rocklin
Thunder.
in a good position here.
Thunder have a chance to make it 14 unanswered points and take the lead. 1st and 10, ball on their own 30. Can the Grizzly defense come up with one more spectacular play? First and 10. 3 wide. Webb and Kinzel in the backfield. Snap. Webb rolling to the left. Looking over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. And there's a penalty in the backfield. That is going to be roughing the passer against the Grizzlies. That'll be 15 yards, and it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Thunder at their own 45. And that's horrible for the Grizzly defense. You go from a really positive play, great coverage downfield to force the incompletion, and instead you're giving up 15 yards. It's almost like it was a completion. First and 10 Thunder now at the 45. Grizzly defense playing well, just need to avoid the boneheaded penalties. Webb and company come out. 3 wide. Kindle in shotgun. Snap. Webb, 3-step drop. Looking deep for Giampaolo. It's over his head. Way over his head, incomplete. 2nd and 10 now coming up for the Thunder.
So with just under 5 minutes left in the game here, Rocklin driving the ball.
Big drive. 3 wide again, same formation. Webb and Kinzel in the backfield in shotgun. Snap. Webb rolling to the right, slinging, looking for Giampaolo, and he threw it too early, incomplete.
Well, that's 2 straight targets for Giampaolo, and Grizzlies should take hint.
3rd and long now for the Grizzlies. Ball on the Rocklin 45. Huge play upcoming for the Grizzlies defense, and there's some confusion on the field. Bussey coming out. 3rd and long, 3 wide. Webb, Kindle in the backfield. Webb, 3-step drop, slinging it deep. And it's caught at the 26-yard line. Gain of 29 from Webb to Spencer Gregg. 1st down for the Thunder, deep in Grizzly territory. 4:40 left to play.
That is a big play there for the Rocklin Thunder. They are doing everything they need to on this drive if they want to score points and possibly take the lead if they can get the PAT after the touchdown. This is pretty much the game's on the line for the Thunder, and they are doing everything they need to stay alive in this game.
1st and 10, ball on the 25, 3 wide. Webb rolling to the right. And he's going to be taken down. Gain of maybe a yard, and the clock continues to run. 2nd and 9 now. Big play by the Grizzly front 7. Bo Hirschberger with the stop. Under 4 to play. Webb takes a snap, 3-step drop, looking over the middle. He finds Gregg. And Gregg is inside the 10, 1st down Thunder.
They're leaving him way open. they need to cover him better. He is
That
wide
is
open.
That's the second time that the tight end, Greg, has been wide open down the seam. They need to get a man on him. We're under 3.5 to play. It is now 1st and goal for the Thunder on the Grizzly 9. They're in their base formation, 3 wide, Webb and Kindle in the backfield. Snap, Webb, hands it off to Kindle, and he's stopped in the backfield! Big play by the Grizzlies. Loss of 2.
Tripped up by J.R. Colton in the backfield.
Good to see him in still. 2nd and goal now for the Thunder. If the Grizzlies can hold them to a field goal, that would be huge here. Four wide this time. Snap. Handoff. Kindle again! Stopped in the backfield! And the Grizzly front 7 step up big again! Third down.
Well, you got to expect that the Thunder are in 4-down territory here as the game is just above 2 minutes left. You got to expect that the Thunder will go for it on 4th down.
And the Thunder take their first time out of the half with 2 minutes left in the ball game. We'll take a quick timeout here as well and be back here to bring you the climactic end of this one. Thunder still down 6 with 2 minutes to play. They have the ball 3rd and goal on the 10-yard line. Back with you here at Rocklin High School. Here's the situation. Grizzlies up by 6. 2 minutes to play in the game. 3rd and goal for the Thunder. And the Grizzlies looking for one more final stop. 3 wide. Webb dropping back. Rolling left. Slings it for Burmester. And he catches the touchdown. And the Thunder score with 1:53 left in the 4th quarter. 10-yard pass from Webb to Burmester.
Well, he was wide open, so great play by the Thunder.
And now, no kick bigger than this one. Thunder looking to go ahead here by 1 with 7 seconds, under 2 minutes to play here in the game. Here's the snap. And the kick is tipped and blocked. The Grizzlies block the kick. Aaron Knapp, the safety, with a pick 6 earlier in the ball game, tips this kick wide right to keep the game tied at 27 apiece. And everybody on the Grizzlies sideline breathing a huge sigh of relief. Woo! And the Grizzlies will get one more chance to win the ball game. All they need is a field goal. They have 2 timeouts and 1:53 on the clock. Ellison, Knapp on to return the kick. Both of them having made huge plays tonight. Knapp with that huge tip of that kick there just a moment ago. Knapp. Here's the kick. It's booming. Fielded by Ellison at the 2. Cutting towards the left sideline. He's at the 20, the 25, all the way down to the 29. Solid return by Ellison. Grizzlies will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. 1:46 on the clock, 2 timeouts.
Big drive for the Grizzlies here, and this is where you separate the men from the boys.
And Colin Brown, an excellent field goal kicker. We have seen him make 45-yarders in warm-ups before. The kid's got a boot. They'll be aiming for about the 28-yard line for a field goal attempt. Here's the snap on 1st and 10. Ellison gets the sweep around the right side. And he picks up a nice chunk. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5. The clock continues to run. The Grizzlies need to get moving.
Can we see a repeat of the Pittsburgh game where Coach Ernie Cooper was very conservative as he didn't want to give the ball back to the hot Pittsburgh offense? Can it be a repeat here?
Grizzlies 3 wide. Caraway drops back. Looking deep. Tony Ellison. And everybody looking for the pass interference call. But it's called incomplete. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 with 1:10 to play. Grizzly fans outraged.
I'm sorry, okay, I've been trying to stay neutral, be on the ref side the whole game, but that is pass interference. You have to call that, especially this late in the game with the game on the line. Where is the call?
Tony Ellison does not get the completion. Grizzlies come out again on 3rd and 5. 3 wide, Ellison in motion, Partridge and Cooley in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff, Cooley. No, handoff, Partridge. He's going to be about a yard shy. 1 minute left in the 4th. And the Grizzlies are going to take a timeout with 59 seconds left. Oh, no, the Thunder are going to take a timeout with 59 seconds left. They want the ball back.
Yes, they do.
Wow. So the horrible no call by the ref. And then Partridge comes up a yard shy, and we now have another one of our segments featuring our 3rd member, Kyle
Coach
Roberts. Coach Kyle, what do you do here on 4th and 1 with 59 seconds left, and you have the ball on your own 38-yard line?
Well, if it was up to me, I'd go for it. You gotta play more aggressive. Cooper's probably gonna punt it because he's a very conservative coach, but if it was up to me, I'd go for it.
Thank you, Coach Kyle. Lucas, you have an opinion on this?
Well, offensive coordinator Lucas likes to see, I would say, because you have Grant Caraway as your punter, and he is, of course, your starting quarterback, why not run the fake punt? Rocklin did it on you. Time to get some revenge.
Well, okay. Assistant offensive coordinator Neo. You have one of the best flybacks in the section. Give the ball to Ellison. I don't care how you get the ball to him. Get the ball to him. Get the 1st down. But the Grizzlies in punt formation here on 4th and 2. And it's a boot by Caraway. And it takes a bad bounce.
So Coach Kyle was right.
So with 51 seconds left, Rocklin gets the ball back on their own 37-yard line with 1 timeout and 51 seconds on the clock. All they need is a field goal to win now. And the Grizzlies need their defense to bail them out one more time to try and take this game to overtime. Keep in mind the Grizzlies didn't use either of their timeouts either, so they could still get the ball back if they forced the 3 and out. Albeit it would be with about 12 seconds on the clock. Snap, Webb. Scrambling, 40, 45, and taken down at the 47-yard line. Gain of 10, 1st down. And the clock is going to continue to run once the ball gets spotted. Inside of 40 seconds. 1st and 10, ball on the 47. 3 wide. Webb in the backfield. Snap. Webb rolling. Left. Looking. Throws it way over the head of his receiver, Burmester. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Thunder on their own 47 with 34 seconds left. They still have 1 timeout. You got to assume they'll save that for a kick attempt if they get in field goal range.
Grizzlies fans screaming for yet another call. This time it was holding as one of the offensive linemen gave our D lineman a big bear hug.
Base formation, 3 wide. Webb and Kendall in the backfield. Snap. Webb rolling. Looking for Giampaoli. And it's complete. 28 seconds left to play. Ball gets all the way down to the 38-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 again for the Thunder. And the Grizzly defense looks tired. This is not good. Clock continues to run, and they spike the ball with 26 seconds left. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball on the Grizzly 38. A field goal attempt from here would be 55 yards. I've never seen a high schooler make a kick that long. Base formation, 3 wide. Webb, Kendall, backfield. Snap. Webb, rolling. Slings it. Complete. And that's another 1st down, so the clock is not going to continue to run. And the Thunder take their last time out of the half. With 20 seconds left, ball on the 29. A kick from here would be 46 yards.
Final at the Del Oro game. Del Oro wins 24-7 over Roseville.
First and 10 now. Thunder have the ball on the Grizzly 38-yard line.
There have been a lot of missed holding calls on this drive.
3 wide. Webb drops. Quick pass. And Giampaoli gets to about the 24. Giampaoli got out of bounds, so Thunder have the ball on the 25, 1st and 10, 16 seconds. 3 wide. Here's snap. Webb dropping, throwing, going for the end zone, and it's incomplete. Oh! There's a flag thrown. There's a flag.
I was waiting.
There's
for the
a flag on the play.
I was waiting for the flag. Well, the refs have done everything they can to give Rocklin this game, and
this is the worst officiating I've ever seen. We both always try to stay neutral towards the refs. I have never seen worse officiating in a high school football game.
I mean, this is ludicrous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
And now the kicking unit is on the field for the Thunder.
I just don't understand. I don't understand how they can make such blatant horrible calls.
11 seconds on the clock. Thunder going to try and kick a game-winning 28-yard field goal. Here's snap. Kick is up. And it would have been good, but we have a flag. Penalty is waved off. The field goal is good. Wow. This is incredible. What would have been a false start penalty on the Thunder is waved off by the officials. And now the refs are it looks like it wasn't good. They're going to have to re-kick it. And they're going to re-kick it. So
Wait, if they wave off the penalty, why are they re-attempting the kick?
And this time it's no good! It's no good! He missed wide right! He missed wide right! And on the reattempt, justice is served! The kick misses! The score stays tied, and it looks like we are headed to overtime for the second time this season. So with 5 seconds left and 2 timeouts, the Grizzlies have the ball, 1st and 10, on their own 20. And they're going to take a knee and send it to OT, it looks like. And they do indeed do just that. So the Grizzly D does just enough. They block the PAT, and then the kicker misses wide right on a 28-yard field goal attempt. And we are headed to overtime. Grizzlies 0-1 in overtime so far this season. They lost to Pittsburgh by 6 in overtime earlier this season.
Well, I mean, you know, the refs have called mainly a good game, but the non-calls and the missed calls have just been so bad that it brings a negative connotation to their whole officiating this game. And you hate to see the refs affect the outcome of the game. And let's hope that doesn't happen here, because the Grizzlies deserve to win this game. They have not been getting one call at all.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on this one. So for those of you who do not know high school overtime rules, it is just like college. Each team will get the ball 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line, the opposite team's 25-yard line. They will have a chance to score either a field goal, a touchdown, or nothing at all. If each team matches each other's scoring plays, say they both kick a field goal, or they both score a touchdown, or they both don't score at all, we go to the next overtime period. Starting with the 3rd overtime, if a team scores a touchdown, they must go for a 2-point conversion. Just to recap, the Grizzlies' first overtime experience this season, they played Pittsburgh at home and lost by 6 in overtime. On their first offensive drive, they failed to score because they missed a field goal. The ball was then given back to Pittsburgh, who scored on a rushing touchdown from the 2-yard line on 4th down. And so now, even higher stakes this time. If they win this game, they will have a winning record for the first time this season. They'll be 4-3. Plus, they will have the 2 league wins they need to start to be eligible for the playoffs. captains come out for the all-important coin toss to start overtime.
And of course, if you win the coin toss, you want to defer because you want to see how the first team does so that you know what you need to do.
Exactly. Ref explaining the rules.
Well, I just heard a fan yell exactly what I've been thinking since, the calls have been affected. I just heard a fan say, "Let the boys play." And it totally sums up what has been going on. The refs are taking the game out of the hands of the players.
Well, and it's not just because for the Grizzlies either. They obviously that call there at the end. If you were a Rocklin fan, you would be furious. You make the field goal. They say there's no penalty. You think you've won the game. And then all of a sudden they say there is a penalty. You re-kick it, you miss the field goal. So, I mean, both teams are probably absolutely outraged with the refs right now. So, it's just nothing more to it than that. Coin toss still being discussed. Official taking a long time with this one. Staying true to form. Coin is flipped. Grizzlies win the toss. They're probably going to elect to defer if I had to make a guess. And they do. Rocklin chooses to defend the left side of the field from our perspective.
So Grizzlies getting something they didn't get in the Pittsburgh game. They lost the coin toss and had to go first on offense. So this time
and missed the field goal,
yeah.
And then Pittsburgh scored the touchdown to win, yeah.
Well, no. They scored, and then Pittsburgh went for two.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Pittsburgh scored and then went for two, and they won it because they just ran it right up the middle. They had been doing that all game.
Well, my memory must not be very good.
But this is a whole new game. And the Grizzlies, of course, win the coin toss, elect to defer, so they get to defend first, so they know what they're doing when they get the ball.
Excuse me, unlike college rules, I just got this clarified by a parent. The ball is not spotted on the 25-yard line. The ball is spotted on the 10.
Yeah.
So much closer, much more exciting, per se.
Not much chance for the defense unless they make a miracle stop.
So really, it's the first team to either turn the ball over or miss a field goal or try for two and not get it that's going to lose the ball game. First and 10 for the Thunder. 3 men in the backfield, including the quarterback. 2 men wide to the right. Here's the snap. Play action. Webb looking. Middle. It's tipped and nearly intercepted by the Grizzlies.
Have they called it incomplete yet?
There was no pass interference on that play, Lucas. I'm pleased to report. So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Thunder. Nearly intercept. Wow, I'm still shaking from that one.
That would have been big.
Base formation for the Thunder. 3 wide. Kindle and Webb in the backfield. Here's the snap. Webb drops back. Slings it left. And it's complete. But he is short of the touchdown. So he'll be down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and inches. Big play here by the Grizzly defense. If they can stop them, they would hold them to a field goal attempt. Here's the snap. Handoff. Kindle. He didn't get it! Oh, and he just barely gets in.
That second push.
He sneaks in for the score. I thought he didn't get it.
I was with you on that one, Neil.
Wow. So the Thunder go up by 6. And now kicker on to attempt the PAT to put the Thunder up by 7. Here's the snap. And the kick is good. So the Thunder go up by 7, 34-27 on the Grizzlies. So now the Grizzlies know what they need to do. They must score, and then they must score the PAT. And the Rocklin student section has moved to the opposite end zone to root on their team. First and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 10-yard line. Cooley in the backfield. Here's the snap. Cooley gets the handoff. And he does not get very far. Gains 2 yards. Second and 8. I gotta wonder why he does not give the ball to Tony Ellison right now. You get the ball to your best player, you let him score the touchdown. Ellison inserted to the left, Graber and Brown to the right. Here's the snap. Caraway looks over the middle, and ball is swatted down. Grizzlies looking for a flag. Third and 8 now for the Grizzlies.
And you know, that's the type of coverage that would have been called for PI against the Grizzlies. I'm fine if you're going to call that type of coverage, but you need to call it consistently for both teams. And they are not doing that.
And I got to stress this again. Give the ball to Ellison. He's your best player. He makes men miss. And he's the best player you have. The Thunder are going to take a timeout here. They're only one of overtime. Each team gets one timeout in overtime. So Thunder have none left. Wow. So the Grizzlies have 2 plays to punch it into the end zone. I would say quick swing pass to Ellison and let him cut it upfield for the score. Coach Kyle?
I think the Grizzlies need to give a slant route to Ty Cerna and then go for 2.
All right, you heard it here first.
Hey, I like that call by Coach Kyle there. I don't think that Coach Ernie Cooper will do it, though, as he punted on 4th down earlier and put the Grizzlies in this position because he was conservative, and I believe he's going to be conservative again, but we'll see.
Grizzlies come out onto the field.
And the fan support is outstanding here at an away game.
3rd and 8. Snap. Play action. Caraway looking. Throws it back across the field looking. The screen pass was set up perfectly. All he had to do was get it to Cooley and it would have been a touchdown. But it was overthrown. So now one last chance for the Grizzlies.
Well, this is the game right here.
4th and 8 yards to go. And the Grizzlies are going to take a timeout.
Camera 5 is too small, slow pan down. Okay, stop.
Well, our statistician, Daniel Romero, has just informed me that Grant Caraway is 8 for 19 for 64 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. So not a good game by any means, and that probably is why the Grizzlies are in overtime right now.
It all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Ball on the 8-yard line. Here's the snap. Caraway rolling. Cuts. He's going to. And they get it! They get it! Touchdown Grizzlies! The Grizzlies score! The Grizzlies score!
Well, Johnny Cooley was open in the corner for a long time, and I was so glad that he saw him because he was running and he was scaring me. I thought he was going to take off and run, and he finally saw Cooley open in the end zone and dumped it off to him. Beautiful pass.
And the Grizzlies score. PAT coming to try and tie it up and send it to OT number 2. Biggest play of the night comes down to the kicker. Here's the snap. Hold. Kick. It's good. It's good. And the Grizzlies send it to second overtime. Wow. And the Grizzlies survive again. For those of you who have not yet had seizures or cardiac arrest, hold on to your pants. This one's still going. We're tied up at 34 apiece, going to the second overtime. And as is per high school rules, they do not just switch off with the Grizzlies going first and the Thunder going second. Like we said, high school football has the most exciting overtime rules in terms of any level of football. A lot of it, like we said, they start at the 10-yard line, and then it's all left up to luck. Another coin toss.
I don't know if I like it because it doesn't give your defense any opportunity to make a stop.
And this time, the Grizzlies will be on offense first.
Uh-oh.
And since it is the second overtime, they will not have to go for a 2-point conversion if they score yet.
The Rocklin Thunder fans are getting a nice workout with the team. They are running from end zone to end zone to try to get in the Grizzlies' heads.
All right. Can they do it one more time? 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Ellison in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff. Partridge. And again, 2 yards on first down. Second and 8 for the Grizzlies.
And the Grizzly cheerleaders are going into the other bleachers on I don't know, I guess you could call this the home?
In-zone bleachers.
The end zone bleachers, whatever. The north end zone, we'll call it. And showing support for their Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, 3 wide. Caraway, rolling. He's going to run! And he gets knocked out at the 5-yard line. Gain of 4.
Big hit put on him there.
So it'll be 3rd and 5.
Fans getting a little bit more for their money here tonight.
That's just a little bit. So if you don't get it here, do you kick the field goal or do you go for the touchdown? That's the $1 million question.
You got to go for the TD because you know Rocklin's going
Let's
for
just hope they score here.
That's true.
Partridge coolly in the backfield. Snap. Play action. Cool. Caraway's going to run! Touchdown! Touchdown, Grizzlies! Touchdown, Grizzlies! Caraway scrambles for 4, then scrambles for 5. The senior quarterback takes it upon himself to lead the Grizzlies into the end zone again. Grizzlies now lead 40-34. And Colin Brown on to attempt another PAT. Get the man a new contract. Here's the snap, hold, kick. All good. Grizzlies 41, Thunder 34. And now the Grizzlies look to their defense once again. Here we go again. Rocklin offense on the field. 1st and 10. 3 wide. Here's the snap. Webb dropping back. Throws. It's intercepted. The Grizzlies win. The Grizzlies win. The Grizzlies win. Wait. They call it an incomplete pass. Oh, man. I thought we had it.
Referees on the 10.
I thought we had it. Everybody in the stadium thought that the Grizzlies had it. As it is, it's 2nd and 10 now for the Rocklin offense. 3 wide. Kinzel and Webb in the backfield. Snap. Webb drops. Rolling right. Looking. Slings it. Incomplete.
And there's a flag.
And there's a flag on the field. And Grizzly fans are outraged.
That was uncatchable. I don't understand how you can make that call. The game is on the line. You don't call these for the Grizzlies, and you give it to Rocklin like it's no problem. This is horrible officiating.
So it'll be half the distance to the goal and no loss of down. Oh, and an automatic 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Thunder. Thunder line up in a 3 wide set once again. Here's the snap. Webb drops. And he's sacked! Loss of 2. And no flag.
That is a big play for the Grizzlies right there.
2nd and 7 now for the Grizzlies. Defense! 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 2nd and 7. 3 wide again. Kenzel and Webb and the backfield. Snap. Webb dropping. He fumbles the football. He fumbles the football.
Hold on.
No signal. No signal yet. The Grizzlies recover. The Grizzlies have won the ball game. Oh, man! Fumble recovered by the Grizzlies. They won in overtime. 41-34 at Rocklin High School.
In an epic game. And ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll be back to you in just about 3 minutes as we can let this soak in and celebrate this glorious win for the Grizzlies.
An epic victory by all proportions. Back with you here in just a few moments to wrap this one up.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no post-game show. We will just let you guys celebrate this one on your own, and great win for the Grizzlies here. And final score 41-34 in double overtime. Have a good night, everybody.